The stage is set for the demolition of Supertech Twin Towers tomorrow, August 28th at 2:30 pm, and precautionary steps are underway here in Noida.
One day short of the big demolition that will happen in Noida, Supertech Twin Towers are all set to get demolished. Engineers on the site told us that they are ready for the demolition. In fact, if they were told to press the trigger today, they could have done it today as well. But Noida authorities, even they are very confident that it will go all well. Medical staff is very confident. Engineers say that 150% things will be fine. But residents there were a little concerned. If something goes here and there, it could be a big disaster, because it is important to understand that those twin towers that will be demolished are in the middle of a residential area. That is a little bit of concern. Apart from that, Noida authorities tell us that there would be ambulances on site, there will be fire brigade on site. Also check again that there is no person around in the vicinity of the area. Within 1 kilometer, there will be barricades so that no one could enter. Stray dogs have also been cleared from the area. Noida authorities want to take no chance at all, and they've also kept a backup option if in case anything goes medically wrong. They've put 3 hospitals on standby. One of them is right behind me, JP Hospital. Another one we had visited earlier. So they've also kept beds ready. They've also kept ambulances ready. They've kept doctors on standby. For a few hours, doctors, beds and ambulances will be on standby just for the demolition. So authorities of the hospital, they will be continuously in touch with the Noida administration in case of any emergency. The preparations are underway. We are 1 day short of the demolition, the big demolition. To tell you once again, we had already done a video on this, how the demolition will happen. It will happen on 28th at 2:30 pm. The print will bring you coverage from the demolition as well on that very day.
On the site, 6 ambulances will be present tomorrow. There will be a fire brigade as well. Noida Greater Noida Expressway will be closed for an hour, and the radius of 1 kilometer will be restricted by authorities again for an hour. There will be engineers, authorities, medical staff and police personnel on the spot. Hospitals have been put on standby. The print visited JP Hospital in Noida and Felix Hospital that are both on standby. Dr. Salil Malik, Head of Department Emergency Medicine, explained the process and precautions.
Event would be not more than around 9 to 10 seconds. However, there is a lot of preparation that needs to be there. Though the Government of India and the authorities have made good amount of preparations for it, and we are expecting that there will be absolutely no casualties or no problems out there. But still, as a preparedness, we have a disaster plan that is implemented nationally also by the government also, and also by the associated hospitals, and Felix Hospital Noida is part of this service right now. At Felix, what we have done is that from 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon till 5 o'clock, we have put the hospital on standby in preparation. There will be around 3 ambulances from our hospital also that will be solely on standby for this thing. A bigger ACLS ambulance which has everything including ventilators and cardiac monitors, and 2 transport ambulances also. And we have a nodal officer given by the government, Dr. Bharat Bhushan, who will be our person of contact. And if a code yellow or an external disaster is announced by the government, at that time everything goes into motion. We have code yellow is basically a code given for external disasters that will be announced in the hospital 3 times, and in that kind of a case all the participating people will be gathered in the command center and will be organized in such a way that everyone is on high alert at that time and ready to take any casualties. So from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. otherwise also the hospital is on high alert. And if such things happen, so we have allocated actually 30 beds in our hospital, including 5 beds for very critical patients also, and rest of them for admissions. Our supporting departments like the blood bank, radiology, ICU, operation theaters, everything is on standby at that time all the senior doctors, including myself, will be present during this event. And as and when till the time we have a go ahead from the government that the event has been fully closed, so we'll be in standby at that time. At the same time, from the emergency point of view, we have actually doubled our capacity and increased the number of beds in the emergency also. And when in such kind of a situation, when a code yellow or external disaster is announced, so we have our orthopedicians, our senior surgeons, the head of departments, ICU doctors placed in the emergency only to make sure that nothing is delayed at that time, and immediate first aid is given, and even life-threatening situations can be handled very smoothly. We have usually mock drills for this thing also that we have conducted very recently, so that everything goes very smoothly. So everyone is aware that the whole event is very small, just for 9 to 10 seconds, and the whole building will miraculously disappear. However, there will be a lot of dust and steel and then debris that will be in the air, and that usually settles in the next couple of hours. And that is why the government has made sure that an area of around 3 kilometers and more, if I'm not wrong, is actually evacuated, so that there is no problems, no shocks, no hurt to the people. And that is why we are expecting this event to go very smoothly, and hopefully there will be absolutely no casualties. But still, we are prepared for everything. One small thing that people should be aware, that as this dust goes into the air, there is a chance that it spreads to a larger area also. That is why those people who have asthma or any breathing difficulties, they should be preferably indoors nearby, who live nearby, and they should not be roaming around at least till 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock in the evening. And preferably they should avoid going on walks or jogging afterwards, and maybe start doing that from tomorrow morning itself.
Meanwhile, animal ambulances and animal shelter authorities are on their toes to evacuate the stray animals. Speaking to us, a working committee member of an animal shelter owned by the Noida authority said that they will continue to evacuate animals till 7 am on 28th.
This is Amog Ramitra for The Print reporting on ground.